Good morning. It is Tuesday, October 29th, 2024. It's 9 o'clock and 44 seconds now. And welcome back, Doug. Good to see you again. What? You're not supposed to say that to yourself. Well, yeah, but I'm a Doug. I was telling a friend about the meme on this channel, Such a Doug, and I asked her, what's the acronym for that? She got a chuckle out of it. Hello, Alice, Ski Man, Frankie B, William Dawson, Rick Lakes, Jeff Ryman, Mike Wojcik, DougBot, Dobie Tech, Selden Ball. Hello to all of you, and thank you for the people who made comments about the trailer. I very much enjoy seeing comments about the trailer. Wasn't quite sure how that one would go over. For the record, I have never done that, but I have done hang gliding. And of course, you know about my airplanes and ultralights. Well, I don't know if you know about the ultralights very much, but anyway, move along, Doug. Nothing to see here. Let's go take care of some stream starting business. Change the participant mode so anybody can chat. And we've got a chat, a super chat. That was made on, I think that was made on Saturday or maybe Sunday. And I took a screenshot of it because I knew it would not survive through today, till today. This is still the same scheduled show, but I originally had this show scheduled and configured for Saturday, and then I changed it to Monday. Matthew Barnes, thank you so much for the $5, 5 pounds. Not, I guess you don't say the word dollars. Says, hope you feel better. And that was Monday. I think that must have been Monday. Yeah, that was Monday because the show, how was it? I don't remember. No, I was planning to take Monday off. That must have been Saturday, October 20. Now that's scheduled. I don't know. It was Saturday that I wound up canceling the show because I wasn't feeling well. Yeah, Monday was already planned to be off and I had other obligations. So anyway, here's Tuesday. Let's get going. And let's see what I've got over here. I've already done live commentary mode. Matthew Barnes and Super Chat just did that one. And I want to test the ad break button and see if that is working. I did reconfigure it before the show. So it should be doing an ad for
Ken
today.
Stoutlive said, and he is still confused. Good to see you.
I got to be consistent, right? Wouldn't be Doug if I wasn't consistent. I did not see the ad break run on Baby Beast. And I'm so sure that I've got that configured correctly now because it's going specifically to this show. So that should work. Drop that down. Yeah, it's still there. So I'll try that again later and see what happens. Oh, I wasn't showing you that. Sorry. Mouse batteries. Got a story about mouse batteries. What would that be? I have, let me get over here to this picture. Where was that at? Oh yeah. I had those set up, but then I changed things. I had a client sent me an email late yesterday. I think it was late. Asking how to change batteries in this mouse. She said that she can't see a place to connect anything to recharge it. And she can't see how to change the batteries. And I went, did some searching. I did a Google Pictures search and thinking that I could come up with how to change the batteries in that particular mouse. No. How difficult is it, mouse manufacturers? This is very obvious how to change batteries in this one. This is very obvious how to change batteries in this one. This one, very difficult to figure out how to change batteries until you realize, oh, it's rechargeable. It's got a place to connect to. There's another rechargeable on the desk here. But this HP is, regular batteries. Got to swap them. So after looking around for how to change the batteries, I figured, you know what? I sent her a message back. Can you send it to the office with your husband? and I'll just change it there because I do have to go back into the office anyway. And then I'll take a photo of it or a little video and paste it into her OneNote file on my computer. But gosh, really? You know, there's probably instructions that came with the mouse, but who's going to keep those instructions? Just print it on the mouse or put a door, you know? Good grief. All right, so here we're going to try another ad break and see if that works. Baby Beast is not showing an ad, and that's on the DougBetts Pilot account, so not working. Now I'll go try doing an ad break in here and see if that comes up on Baby Beast. And it says ads inserted, but it's just not coming up. So I think what's going on probably is just that ads do not always appear. So usually they have shown up on Baby Beast when I have it signed into that DougBetts Pilot account, because that one's not a Prime account. I don't pay for it. And what I can do is go back and check on ad inserts after YouTube finishes processing this video. Most of you don't care about that, but there's a small handful that do, and this is still a troubleshooting issue. Pineapple Road deferred. I have another email response from Pineapple Road, but I want to defer that because I got something in mind that I want to try in order to better answer his curiosity questions. And he's not actually having a problem with the computer. It's not something that's causing him troubles. Now, if anybody's got a question in chat, be sure to ask it earlier than better, or later. Earlier than later is better. He seems confused. Does he know what he's doing? Yeah, Jeff Ryman says, yeah, when I press the button on the Stream Deck, it'll put the message into chat, but it's a separate button to actually make the ad appear in the video, because I can't do the actual ad break command on the button that puts it into the chat room. And I put it into the chat room mainly so I have a marker that I can see it later on.
Ken Stout Live said sensitive ad topic.
Yeah, sensitive ad topic. Let's get on to that. Did I finish what I wanted to do here? I don't remember what I wanted to do here because I'm still confused. Don't know what I'm doing. I already told about that. Sensitive ad categories. You're so sensitive. This has been on my list for a little while because I only noticed this recently. When I come down here to settings and come into ad categories, there's this thing called sensitive categories. And I found this when I was poking around looking for something else that we were discussing. I don't remember what it was. But it turns out that I do apparently have a couple of sensitive categories blocked. Now, I did not intend to block them. But here's another little complaint I have about the computer industry. These buttons, are these status buttons or are these action buttons? Do I click on this to unblock it? Or is this a status button that's telling me that this is currently unblocked? Well, the way that I figured the answer to that is it tells me I have 2 blocked items. So that means this one is blocked, and that is an action button. This one down here is blocked, and that's an action button so that I can unblock them. I'm going to go ahead and unblock them. So you might see advertisements about gambling or alcohol. And then I'll save that. Then I want to come back in there and look at something else that I found interesting, add categories. That was sensitive categories. Now, if I go to general categories, there's all of these general categories that it could block. And it says that 0 of them have been configured for blocking. So if I come into, for instance, to arts and entertainment and decide that celebrities and entertainment news, I don't want those ads. So I can click on block. So that tells me that I've got 1 blocked category in general categories. These are not sensitive categories. These are general categories. But I don't need to block any. I don't care to block anything. So anyway, I just found that interesting. And URLs, what is that? I can block ads that link to specific URLs. I did not even know that. Don't care. Why did you show it, Doug, if you don't care? Because I thought it's a little interesting trivia. And there are some content creators that might see that. So whatever. Let's try another. Let's see. Ad break. I'm going to show you the buttons that I press for this. So there's ad break chapter mark. That one is going to put a chapter mark into, it creates a text file on my computer when I press these various chapter marks, and this one puts a message into chat. Eventually, I'll stop doing the message into chat. I'm just trying to get this issue resolved. The ad break cannot be put onto a multifunction button. It has to be on a separate button all by its lonesome. So I'm going to press this ad break chapter mark right now. So you see that appear in chat, and then I'll press the ad break button itself and see if there's anything coming up. Yeah, there we go. Baby Beast finally came up with an ad. Okay. Then what's next? Sensitive ad categories. Return Beelink S12 computers. Now, when I put new subject, when I press this button, shows up in chat as a new subject. That puts in a timestamp to this point where I'm starting this topic, so that later I can go back in and put in these timestamps, which I think is a worthwhile pursuit. Jury's still out on that. Returned Beelink computer. I returned a Beelink computer within the 30-day Amazon return. There was a computer that I bought for a client. I did an unboxing of it. We did an initialization. It was a Beelink SEI12. That's an i5 computer. And the intended purpose for that computer was to put it at the managing partner's desk at the lawyer's office that I frequently talk about. You know what? I think I'm going to start referring to them as Law 40, because there's about 40 people working there. There's more than 40 computers, because some of them have home computers and laptops. So he currently has the Beelink S12, which is an N100 computer. He's very happy with it. He says it's faster than his old computer. He's never having to wait for anything, and it works well. So I told him, well, let's try the i5 computer and see if you feel any difference at all. It's was about $100 more for the computer. And since we're about to replace a whole bunch of computers, I think you ought to evaluate this and decide whether you want to step up from the second to the lowest computer. The lowest computer would be the N95 processors. So Doug, why did you have to return it? Well, I went to install it at his desk and the second display port didn't work. This computer had an HDMI port and a display port. So I'm saying the second video port. I shouldn't say the second display port because there was only one of them. But when I connected both his monitors, the second monitor would not come up. I did some troubleshooting there and found that port is completely dead. And then also I had discovered that one of the USB ports is flaky. It would recognize a USB drive that I connected to it, but when I tried to copy a folder of files, it would fail, and then it would lose connection to it. When I tried booting into Mac and Reflect off of this, it would not boot. It would try to boot and then just not. So there was a USB port and the second display or video port that did not work. So I returned it under the 30-day Amazon return. The first one that I've ever returned for defective. I actually did return the very first one I bought because some reason, I don't remember what it was. I think it came extra or was out of stock, and then by the time it came, I didn't want it or whatever. It wasn't due to defective. Okay. Then Google changed its mind. Oh, let's do here's an ad break again. And looking at Baby Beast to see if it comes up with it. No, it doesn't. I need to figure out how many ads YouTube actually plays and reduce the number of ad breaks that I do to coordinate with how many it's going to put in. What I'm trying to do with this that I mentioned before is I'm trying to control when ads are put in, because otherwise YouTube will put them in wherever it wants and it can interrupt a subject that I'm talking about. And I don't like that. Don't like it. Don't like it. No. New subject. Google AI changed its mind regarding is Windows Update cleanup files issue fixed by Thursday's Windows 11 update. On Friday, I showed a couple of Google searches, and they did not, one of them did not.
Tech said there could be a limit to how many ads a user can receive in a certain amount of time.
Yes. And the YouTube algorithm decides that, and it's not the same for everybody. It's not going to be a hard limit. So this, yeah, when I did this Google search live during the show, it did not come out the way that I thought it would. So this is a recorded video. I'm about to hit the play button for you where there is audio. I'm explaining what I found after Friday's show. This is a reason to criticize Google's AI responses. This is the AI responding to this search, and it didn't work out the way that I expected it to during Friday's show. And you heard a little bit of, this guy's confused. Does he know what he's doing? So here I'm going to play it. I'm going to shut up and you'll be able to hear it. I'm going to make sure the audio is playing. During today's live stream show, I did this Google search. It's Windows Update Cleanup Files issue fixed by yesterday's Windows Update. According to recent Microsoft information, yes, I was surprised at this because I thought I had previously done it where it said no. The issue where Windows Update Cleanup is incorrectly reports large amounts of space available to clean up was addressed by updates released on October 24th. Well, after the show was over, I found this. Here's my prior. Same search. I think that's worded exactly the same. Is Windows Update Cleanup Files issue? Is Windows Update Cleanup File? Yeah. So this is the same search. Undeliverable is not fully fixed by the latest update, and it's considered a reporting error by Microsoft. While the space is actually freed, the disk cleanup tool may still show the files as taking up space even after cleaning them up. So do I have a date indicator on this? Okay, so no, there was no date indicator, but I knew that I did that search just before showtime on Friday. By the time I got into the show, the Google AI had changed its opinion, changed its mind. Now, I don't care about the issue. I don't care about the question. That whole thing about cleaning up the files, I never really did care about it. It's just, it's been in the news, so I followed that a little bit. But my head scratcher there was just, yeah, Google seems confused and doesn't know what it's doing. So I'm not alone. How about that? All right, just because I feel like it, I'm going to jump over to chat. Audio only, no video? There was no video on that? Seriously? Did I not do that? Or are you talking about something else? Well, I don't know. All right. So if I go, no, it was going. That audio was playing. I don't know what, Adobe saw the video. There was video. Okay, thank you. I don't know what that one was about. Audio only, no video. Maybe you didn't realize that that was the video, that Google search screen. Or maybe because I was still on the screen. Yeah, it might have been because my thumbnail was still on screen. But the rest of what you saw on the screen up there in that area was the video. Yeah. Selden says, yeah, I guess he was confused. I think I could have probably, now that that happened, Selden, I probably should present that in a different way. That kind of thing. All right. Coming back to here. Hit a ad break. Let's see. Yeah, I need a moment to set that one up, and I see an ad coming. So by seeing the ads on Baby Beast, that helps me know how many it will do. Okay. Exploring hardware info log file of an in-service Beelink computer by a lawyer. Now, this is the managing partner in the Law 40 office. I think I'm liking that. Law 40, that's a good shorthand way for me to refer to that office. This is the hardware info log. And what I'm doing with that, with his cooperation, and this is billable, is evaluating how effective these computers are. Now, I need to pop this out so I can see it large and in charge. Okay, so here we have October 24th, starting at 1 p.m. And I think this one went through the afternoon. Or no, I need to scroll up to the top. This mouse is really sensitive. Am I using the right mouse? Oh, yeah, it's the right mouse, but it was on the wrong computer because I have that mouse without borders thing. Okay, so yes, 8 a.m. on October 24th. And the column that I'm really interested in that is one of the things to look at that indicates sluggishness. When the computer gets sluggish and slows down, is this percentage for the CPU. There's a few different places to find this. So I have this, the filter turned on so that I can sort this very quickly, largest to smallest. So when I do that, I see all of the time that it's spent at 100%. Now that looks a little bit alarming until you look at this a little bit closer. If we look over here at the time, we see it's 8:30, 8:30, two of them at 8:30, and then 11:09, three of them at 1:03, then 1:08, then 1:13. So these are kind of spread out. But what happens around the time period that it's at 100%? So let's take, for instance, this 2:05 p.m. that we're at 100% CPU usage. Now also notice that, well, no, you can't see the time difference between those. Now this recording I think went 24 hours. So it goes over 2 days. So I'm going to sort this by the date first, the date column. And that'll be in ascending order from A to Z. I'm going to add another level and make this time and smallest to largest. So 2:05:39 is the area that I want to look at. So I'll click OK there. And then I'll use the scroll bar to go down to 2:05:39. Oh, see, I knew I was going to forget that. 2:05:39. What was it? And now it's not this on-demand clock modulation. You see a bunch of hundreds there. It was this column here. But as I'm scrolling through here, look at these numbers. These numbers are really low. This CPU is not working hard most of the time. Now I think it was 2:05. I don't know. I'm looking for the 100. There it is. 100. 2:05:39 is what it was. Now, 2 seconds before that, it was at 65%, 77, 26, and then down in the low numbers. So it doesn't stay high for very long at all. And the people using these computers tell me they feel zippy. So this is something I'm looking at. We're going to put in the i5 computer for him and see what his numbers look like. I mean, it's not going to be extensive examination of these numbers. But that is something that I've got a little bit of curiosity about. My client affirmed me to spend some money of his to explore that and investigate. Is this really a smart idea to buy these computers? Very common conventional tech wisdom says, no, these computers are too cheap. They're too cheap to be in an office. But then show me the data. That's what I'm doing here, is actually showing the data to see how do these actually perform, and do we really need these higher end computers. Now also what I'm interested in is, when do we need the higher CPUs? And so I'm also going to be investigating things like drive encryption, because there is going to be some of that in my future. signed into with OneDrive, doing OneDrive synchronization. My clients don't do video processing. They don't do the things, they don't play games in the office. They do play videos, but videos are fine on these N95 N100 processors. I have an N95 laptop right here that I'm actually watching videos on, and I connect remotely to my clients' computers. I have not felt any moment of sluggishness on this computer. So that's what I'm introducing to you with this topic that I'm exploring. Update mini PC Office evaluation. That's kind of, I just kind of talked about that all together. Okay, here comes an ad break. Let's see, I've got to get over to Baby Beast and see if that's showing an ad break. I promise you, yeah, it does, it is. I promise you I'm not going to keep doing this for a long term, because you're going to get tired of me investigating ad breaks. Channel comments. There are some channel comments that have been in here for a little while. Dobie Tack 5 days ago said, I came in late. Quite all right, Dobie. And Collins Gang, I'm trying to see if that's Genghis Khan somehow. Gang Kong or a Fawn. I don't know how it's pronounced. But anyway, thank you for the comment. I had to go search this. Top G Aura 100,000 is a compliment, basically. Let's just call it a compliment. You are welcome, and thank you for the compliment. That was on the video of fixing Gmail reverse conversation order. So then let's go to chat, and we're about done. I haven't heard any questions through SpeakerBot. So if there's something in there, you got to guide my direction to it. I can't read all the way through it. My CPU can be like this. I'm not sure if that's referring to something that I said or Alice. I'm still kind of have on my radar, Alice, to try installing Sims. Is it Sims 4? I think on that all-in-one. That's a N100. I think I don't remember if it's an N95 or N100. Just to show what happens. I'm certain that it's not going to be okay. Dobie Tech says, Aura. I don't know why you're saying that. Is it because of did I pronounce it wrong or something?
Al J said would be good too, see.
Yes. All right, I will look through those messages later. I do have a redirect set up for Ken Stout's premiere. That's coming up shortly. Depends on the duration. Yeah, and I want to show that duration. Was not long. Oh, here, another couple things that I know about these low-end processors is it appears that Windows updates take longer, although I'd like to actually show that because I haven't shown it. That's just been my impression. Also, initializing the computer takes longer, which kind of makes sense.
Ken Stout leaves at Salamat Po.
He just wants to, oh, geez. You know what he's trying to do here. You know what he's trying to do. It is give him one of these. Oops, that's not what I want to hit. There you go.
I don't think he understands it. I don't think Doug will get it. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I don't get it. What in the world are you trying to say there? Only because I finished a little bit early. Filipino cuisine, multiple matches, Tagalog. That's this. I think that's the specific dialect for Mrs. K, isn't it? I don't know what he's trying to tell me. Thank you. Oh, for the redirect to his. It means thank you. Got it. I figured that out before you told me. How about that? Are you proud of me? Good boy. Good Dougie. Good Dougie. That was Vietnamese? All right. Good show content, Lawn Dog says. Thank you so much. Let's see. Here's what did Jim say? Here we go.
If you don't find these streams entertaining, there's something wrong with you.
Yes. I love that one. All right. Have a good day, everybody. I'm planning a normal show time tomorrow. Got to get to the right button. Have a great day. Goodbye.